èwo nínú yín ló play àgbàlẹ̀tù nígbà tí ó yẹ kó ṣe o.
In your face, all over the place.
This is High Power 102.7 FM.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
FM, the pride of the people.
Cool DJ Jimmy Jack.
Jimmy Jack lélẹ̀ chicken lélẹ̀ ìkíní ní ti àṣà ni
pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ ilẹ̀kùn pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀.
Àṣà àti nice ni.
ṣùgbọ́n ní tó gbé wá ní pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀.
Àṣà àti nice.
Kò gbé àṣà àti nice wá. Ó lè kì í ṣe pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ náà fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Show me another rapper when you with it higher than mine. Yorùbá gbé wọn nílé Hausa wọn ní kò possible. Presidency level Abuja, I'm untouchable. No sorry but them say vapor. Tó bá ṣọ̀fẹ́ ká mú láti lẹ́kí dé vapor.
Iná.
Ẹ fi pawó ẹ gbá wọ́n gbólóyìnbó. Ẹ ṣe gbáyà kí lọ́kẹ́
Báwo wá jàre? Tó bá jẹ́ pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ náà fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ bí ó ṣe.
The more they swag, they make the more check for you. Kudos to Igbo person on the fast for our. Àwa Yorùbá dàgbé lẹ́jẹ̀ tó tẹ̀ fún ara wọn.
Ta ni wọ́n wá máa ṣe lórúkọ ẹ̀? Àwa instrumenta tẹ máa fi nígbà fi kọ sílẹ̀ ẹ ṣe máa fi pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ sí ibẹ̀.
Ọ̀gá o.
Ẹ wò ó jẹ́ báwọn wá instrumenta kan.
Gba instrumental. Where is MCK?
Ìgbà tó tẹ̀ tún dé nísinsìnyí bó yẹ kó.
Say what, anything can happen. Better than on the papa, tap anybody. Say what, anything can happen. Better than on the
Number one in your radio. High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
Go fast. Okay. Ó fásitì jù báyìí. Ó ní pẹ̀tẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀ àṣà yẹn bára ṣe lè jẹ́ tẹ̀. Àṣà àti náìsì yẹn.
Ṣé ọ̀nà wá ní?
Àrí báyìí. Sáré bá ń wájọ.
Mo ti bá yín slow ẹ̀. Mo ti bá yín slow ẹ̀.
Èwo nìyẹn?
Ẹ ló fásitì jù, mo ti bá yín slow ẹ̀.
Okay. Biden, in his famous quote on change, posited that change is inevitable, change will always occur, but the application or directive to change determines its progress. It is on this note that I welcome you to the most informative, educative, and your analytical program, Pinpoint, from the stable of your favorite radio frequency, High Power 102.7 FM in Relay Owo. Pinpoint is the program that updates you on events and happenings reshaping the Nigerian system and polity. This is a program that informs you with detailed analysis of events cut across politics, security, economy, education, and an in-depth view of government policies with related trending issues in the Nigerian system. The program Pinpoint has a feedback segment where listeners are expected to call in to hear the views, opinions, and contributions to any topical issues discussed. It is on this note that I welcome you on board on the program Pinpoint. My name is Akin Adebayo. I will be your host today on the program Pinpoint. If you want to go on a short break, we'll be back very soon. Please stay tuned.
Sọ pé a ṣì wà lọ́mọdé nǹkan sálẹ̀ yẹn ń jẹ́ ká gbàdo tó dé láì sọ̀rọ̀ gidi lọ́sọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tó.
Welcome back. It's still your program Pinpoint. We are transmitting from your darling station High Power 102.7 Emirele Owo. Today on the program, we shall be looking. We're back very. We're going to go on a short break. We'll be back very soon. Today on the program, we shall be looking on the directive given by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to the IG that all police officers should be withdrawn from all VIPs and replaced with NSCDC, that is Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, to provide security for VIPs, thereby redirecting the Nigerian police back to their statutory function of providing security, and probably within the country and other areas where security are needed, in comparative relation to why they are formerly being posted to VIPs. On the program today, we shall be focusing on the implication of this directive to the IG. Has it been executed? If it has been executed, how is the reaction of the VIPs? How have they reacted to it? And even at that, who are the beneficiaries of this new directive? Is it the populace, or what is the implication on the VIPs? We'll be back, and we're glad to know you still be with us on the program Pinpoint. Welcome back. I'm glad to know you're still with us. So our listeners, if you want to join us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, iPower 1027 FM. That is our live stream social media handles. If you want to join us, you can join us via those lines. And for our phone-in segment, our phone-in number is, our studio number is 081-655-24699. I take it again, 081-655-24699 or 081-3274-7339. Once again, 081-3274-7339. On November 23rd, 2025, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu issued a directive during a high-level security meeting in Abuja, ordering the immediate withdrawal of over 11,000 police officers assigned to protect very important persons, that is VIP, across Nigeria. The move, announced by presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga, aims to refocus the Nigerian police force on core duties like community policing and frontline law enforcement, addressing understaffing in remote areas amid rising insecurity. Tinubu also approved recruiting 30,000 new officers and crash training for deployed personnel. The VIPs that fall into this category include politicians and high-profile figures. They must now request well-armed personnel from the Nigerian Security and Civil Service for Protection, that is the NSCDC, a paramilitary agency focused on critical infrastructure as a specialized VIP unit but faces challenges like manpower shortages and operational gaps, potentially delaying full rollouts. However, this policy has sparked outcry from affected VIPs who argued that NSCDC officers lack the training, equipment, and professionalism of police for high-risk duties. For instance, former Deputy Speaker Idris Wase argued a review citing bandit threat to lawmakers and inadequate NSCDC capacity. Ex-DSS Director Mike Ejiofor echoed this, warning of operational challenges and NSCDC's limited experience in VIP protection. Despite the intent to bolster national security, critics fear it could turn NSCDC into a money-making venture without clear guidelines on eligibility and duration. However, the Inspector General of Police clarified the recall is not punitive but essential for public safety. Like we said, we shall be looking into the operation of the Nigerian police, particularly when they have been assigned to VIPs. The question is this: is this same operation or mode of operation in Nigeria, is it obtainable in other climes like the America or the European countries? Do they give VIPs security at the expense of the citizens that this VIP are expected to protect? A senator, in person of Senator Akin Adebayo, stated his position on this matter, that why the need for police protection if the Nigerian government has done the needful. And what does it mean by the needful? If security has been provided, if the whole place is secured, if security is guaranteed, why do you need police for your protection? He called out on the Nigerian government that they should put in place more security measures whereby every citizen, not just VIPs, will feel safe. And he equally emphasized the fact that the singular reason why VIPs are asking for these police officers to secure them is for their own personal security at the expense of the Nigerian populace, rather than you assigning police officers that should have been probably protecting the entire citizens despite the short manpower of the officers. Rather than you assigning them to these VIPs, why not put in place proper, adequate security measures that will be beneficiary to all citizens, rather than you taking out of the few police officers to protect the few VIPs. Another question begging for answer is this: how could the former director of DSS could be saying that Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps cannot carry out the operation of protecting VIPs like the police officers? The question is this: as Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps, are they not being trained? Don't they bear weapons? Of course, they carry weapons. What is the difference between the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and the Nigerian police? It's the same weapon that they carry that the police equally carries. Why do they now insist on having the Nigerian police, securing them at the expense of the Nigerian populace? To me, I think they just want those people based on their uniform. That, most of these VIPs, they feel more important when police officers follow them. Even in places where they don't even need the security, all they just need is for police officers to always be at their back, showing how powerful they are, showing their influence, exhibiting that, yes, we are the movers and shakers of the system. That is the major reason why most of them want these police officers behind them. Another question begging for answer is this: are the police officers themselves ready to carry out this statutory function due to the benefit they do obtain or the benefit they gain from these VIPs? It's an established fact that some of these police officers, the very minute you are assigned to protect VIPs, no doubt, so something will definitely roll down the way. There's some benefit attached to it. And of course, probably the immediate or the past bosses that are still saying that these police officers should be the one assigned to these VIPs, what do they stand to benefit from it? Are the VIPs more important than the Nigerian populace? And again, how did we get here? If these so-called VIPs, if they've put in place right policy formation and its implementation, particularly when it comes to the area of securing the country, would there have been need for personal police security? So this simply means that they are only reaping what they've sown. You cannot plant maize and expect to harvest corn and expect to harvest yam. No, it is what you plant that you will definitely reap. If the so-called VIPs, the people that matters, the movers and shakers of the system, if they've put in place policies, if they've implemented policies and ideas as to bring about a sustainable security, not for them only, but for the entire populace, there wouldn't have been need for them having personal security as posited by Senator Akin Adebayo.
ẹ̀jẹ̀ kan wọlé tán gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ tán jẹ́ láwọ̀ kẹ́ṣẹ́ tó bá tún ṣe wẹ́rẹ́ láti kòkò wọn ní kọ́dọ̀ tó lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n á ṣẹ̀nu mẹ́rẹ́ kàlùkàlù gbé nǹkan mi ṣẹ̀nu.
What are the benefits of withdrawing police from VIPs and replacing them with the NSCDC?
ẹ̀rọ wa ìlú polúkúrú mùsùn ewé tàgbà lọ́jọ́ yan wọn níṣu abẹ́ orí ewé rí.
To start with, massive boost to public security. It is an established fact that over 11,000 combat-ready mobile policemen, many with counter-insurgents experiences, will be deployed to highways, communities, and flashpoints. There will now be a direct impact expected on kidnapping along Abuja-Kaduna, Abuja-Lokoja, and Benin-Ore Road within weeks. With this number of police officers that are experienced in combat insurgency, if they are deployed to our highways, as stated, no doubt the highways will be far more safer, particularly the mobile police officers. Their training is quite different from that of the NSCDC. And by the time you now posted police officers to VIPs, police officers that are trained with insurgency, police officers that are expected to be on the highways to face those criminal elements. Now, by the time they're now deployed back to their various stations, report back to the various highways that there have been kidnapping, there have been threat to life, and I'm very, very sure that there are all those flashpoints, either in the communities and what have you, will be far safer compared to them working with the VIPs. Secondly, there's going to be a boost in the tax pay. For instance, it's going to end VIP's appetite, security appetite. For the first time since 1999, former governors, senators, traditional rulers, and other VIPs are stated in the community, in the country, we lose automatic lifetime armed escort paid for by taxpayers. Now all these armed policemen escorting these VIPs, they are being paid with taxpayers' money. And I'm sorry to say this, most of these so-called big men, they are tax invaders. It is an established fact. We've had instances whereby they waste tax through the back door, not legitimately, and they are still the one benefiting from the security of taxpayers' money that's being paid to the security officers. They are still using them to get their own personal interest. So a stop to all these things will no doubt bring about the optimal usefulness of our taxpayers' money. And of course, it will send a powerful symbolic message to Nigerians that no Nigerian is above the law or above sharing security resources. Police stations in rural areas and divisional headquarters will finally have armed men again instead of empty armories, strengthening community policing and rapid response capabilities. It will save billions in hidden costs, fuel, vehicle maintenance allowances, and accommodation for thousands of VIP escorts, where a very huge budget drain. Funds can now be redirected to recruit the promised 30,000 new officers and buy patrol vehicles. Policemen will no longer be used as domestic serfs, gatemen, or bag carriers for politicians' wives and children. It will restore the dignity and the morale of the Nigerian police force. It will force the VIPs to fund their own excess security. That is, those who still want 20 to 50 armed men will now pay licensed private security firms, many owned by retired generals, no longer the taxpayers' money. This new directive will strengthen NSCDC as an institution. There's going to be a massive training and equipment injection expected for the NSCDC's VIP protection units, which will turn a previous low-profile agency into a professional paramilitary force. The bottom line of this whole analysis is it is sustained. If it's sustained for even 1 year, this single decision could save more Nigerians' lives than any security policies since the return to democracy in 1999. The benefit is not just operational, it is profoundly moral and democratic. President Tinubu's decision to withdraw police officers from VIP protection and hand the responsibility to NSCDC is a bold, long overdue reform aimed at restoring the Nigerian police force to its primary duty, protecting all citizens, not just the privileged few. While the outcry from affected VIP is loud, centered on doubt about NSCDC's professionalism, training, and firepower, the core truth remains: No democracy should have thousands of its best armed officers permanently attached to politicians and business tycoons, while village bonds and highways turn into death trap. The NSCDC may not yet match the police in VIP protection experience, but with proper funding, accelerated training, and clear operational guidelines, it is more than capable of rising to the task. The discomfort felt by former His Excellencies and honorable beneficiaries is frankly part of the point. This is a defining moment. Nigeria is choosing between a culture of entitlement and a future of equity in security. The president has taken the harder but right path. History will judge whether the political class allows this reform to succeed or sabotage it to preserve personal comfort over national progress. For now, the message is clear. In the Nigerian view, even the very important must learn to share the country's security resources with the not so important majority that is not just policies, it is justice. It is on this note that I would want to say a very big thank you to all my listeners who have been there listening to us in this program. Like rightly said, you can get back to us through our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our X handle on iPower 1027 FM. This is on note I want to start the General Manager, Engineer Paul Olotu, Head of Programs, Mr. Elijah Olurotimi, Head of the ICT, my Southwest student, for being a part of this program, for their various assistance. And I want to say a very big thank you to you, our listeners, for joining on this program. I remain your host, Akin Adebayo. Thanks for being there, and we are very hopeful that this time next week you'll be on the program again with us to have a better view, a better understanding, and analytical segment of the program Pinpoint. It has been a wonderful day. Thank you for being there. Have a nice day.
Wọ́n ṣẹ̀nu mẹ́, kàlùkàlù gbé nǹkan mi ṣẹ̀nu wúyẹ́.